in...
What's
the name of jungler from Cambodia in CFU?
They fought it on... Was it last MWI or 2024?
I think it was last year. That was like one of our biggest stories.
That was one of the story headlines.
Yeah. One of the few female athletes out of Cambodia that actually has played in MPLKH.
Yeah, and has a win, if I'm not mistaken, I think. Yeah. She has a win under there. Oh, I'm going to have to remind myself again of her name of that. So
was it Fa? Because Sa and Fa?
No. There was another one.
Here we go.
I would remember it. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking it was Fa because they were Sa and Fa, but I could be wrong. But again, jumping into this draft, let's go and see what will happen here.
Dude, it seems like Atlas still definitely has a presence in the meta. He keeps getting banned out. He's not a bad pick. So as much as we want to veer away from the Atlases of the world, he's here to stay.
You know what? You're not going to see his MSC skin right now. But yeah, it makes sense. And I think that's going to be the case even when we get to MSC, man.
Real quick, before we analyze this, I just remembered.
Yeah.
It was Tagami.
Oh, Tagami, yes.
Yeah,
that's
from
right.
CFU.
That's right.
And then in an interview, they described that they were actually really close friends, Tagami and Sa.
Yeah.
So when Sa had to eliminate Tagami...
And they had that picture of them, like
hugging it out. It's like, I'm sorry, girl. But nature of competition.
Yeah, I was going to say, nature of competition, man.
Yeah. Draft. All right, let's go back into this. Freya, Marcel. Okay, so instead of being the ones to pick up a Marcel open for them, they want to force out a different ban. It forces out the Paquito. I think Twisted Minds are setting up for a trade in pick 2 and 3. I just cannot see it right now. Maybe one of them's like eyeing out the possibility of a glue getting picked up early on, maybe?
Right now,
oh, hey!
Hilda.
One of the heroes that we did mention earlier.
Yeah.
As a potential surprise pick of the roam.
This was a big target to ban out in wildcards. And when we did get to see it played, there's an apparent reason, not only with the recent buff that she had for the Matilda, does a little bit more damage, a little bit more of a threat, especially early on. This is kind of leaning towards what we were talking about with how there's roams that you could pick up that are actually able to put out enough damage to be a threat, right, early on. But not only does she have that with the Wisp and everything else, but now you provide your team with a ton of mobility, right? The Circling Eagle setup or the Guiding Wind that you have. So I don't know if we'll actually see a Fredrin come into play here, because now you have an Akai and a Gord being picked up for Virtus Pro.
And Leo mentioned Barretts earlier. I think you just go ahead and lock in a Matilda and Barretts at the same time. You just have to time your Detoness Welcome really well so that Akai's heavy spin just becomes nothing. But if you time it before the heavy spin, Akai can heavy spin, and then he's out of the belly of Barretts. Yeah. Meanwhile, the Gord into Matilda, is that a risky thing? Would you want to go up against a Matilda that could potentially bring someone to dive you?
Again, I think it's one of those things where it's just like you're just hoping that you're quick enough to avoid. There's the merits, like you mentioned. You're quick enough to avoid a lot of the setup potential. Your main job, and that we've been seeing with a lot of the Gord play right now, is just, again, information. The Mystic Projectile, that first skill. Obviously your ultimate, the Mystic Gush, is such a threat when it's laid down. And yeah, you could run into a problem with, you're playing against a Matilda, man. She's going to be kind of literally circling over you, and it could potentially be a problem for your Gord. But again, I think your job here is just, let me just be a glass cannon kind of concept.
Okay, they close it out with a Moskov. If Twisted Minds play fast, and if they want to be really honest with this draft, which so far they are, they showed up the Matilda, we saw the Barretts come in, they picked up the carry so that they don't have to go up against it. I think they just lean in on the predictability of it, pick up an EXP laner that rotates hella fast, clears minion wave fast, so that you're constantly adding pressure to the map. Just play through raw speed, allow the Barretts to be the slower one, and maybe pick up a mid laner that could deliver the same thing. Fast rotations, fast clear, and then just constantly be playing hit and run. But if you play too much into that idea, they might be susceptible to suddenly like a Hilda or a Cho Roam showing up that just deals way too much damage.
At that point too, you're just matching, the fire for fire. Especially in the early game with the roamers here. So I think we'll see what this the last couple bans will be out as they come through here, but you got a good mix of just the Matilda utility, the Barretts that Leo mentioned earlier on, and covering a lot of your crowd control and durability issues on both sides right now.
Remember, one thing that we learned also from wildcards is that Mathilda, her pokes are really annoying.
Yeah.
You don't think of it as much, but they're actually quite disturbing.
We've seen maybe 1 or 2 Matilda kills.
Yes.
So it's real. It's not something that we're just saying for the sake of, oh, cool, Matilda's back. It's just, it happens. And again, when you have the Barats, which, we spent a good amount of time talking about in the pre-show, it's going to help. Are we locked in saying that this Akai is jungle? Or are we open to, maybe the swerve?
Swerving it.
This is Miss Meow.
Like it might go into the roam instead.
Yeah, I think there's a world where that happens.
Could be. I think it depends on what they'll show up here. If they show their EXP laner and it is someone tanky, then I think you just put Akai in the jungle, then your roam can be a little bit more nimble, damage. But if they show their roamer, then yeah, for sure you already know it's going to the jungle. I think I'm okay with them leaving the option of Akai as a flex.
Yeah, you want to leave it to the last moment.
Yeah.
So commit to the bit, show it in... Okay, never mind.
No.
Okay.
It's for sure going to the jungle now. They go for the Gatot.
Maybe committing to the bit might have been a little too expensive, so confirm this is likely a jungle Akai. So he's not actually dead.
Okay. Ganakacha 2 was one of the picks that was kind of slept on during wildcard. It didn't pop up, I think, maybe once or twice. We kind of shifted things from the revitalized roam dance between 2 teams when that's brought up. So this is very tanky on both sides. I feel like we're going to be buckled in for a longer game for this game 1.
I think just reminds needs more ranged pokes to pair alongside that Matilda. Will they go for range? Oh, they go for the Lapu Lapu. And hey, Kagura. Hey, okay, Twisted Minds really showing us some more picks here. I mean, it's been a while since I've said or thought that Kagura would be a good pick, but I'm not going to say it's a bad pick, but I think I have to stick with my consistency with the theme of Kagura this year, 2026.
It's that feeling.
Yeah, it's that feeling.
It's nice to see, though, because that's what I was saying. The mid lane is so narrow right now.
Yeah. At least we have someone trying new things.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time Kagura was a legit prio pick.
Yeah, like a threat too.
Yeah. I remember more times when she was actually banned because of balancing issues.
Yeah.
Oh.
Despite the creativity of the Barris and Mathilda, I think I might have to lean towards Virtus Pro here. With it being a little bit more with what we understand to work. Guinevere EXP lane for Rafa.
Is that how heavy Kagura is right now?
Maybe.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Because they needed a bit more setup also. They needed another hero to... Because Kagura has that built-in Purify, so... Interesting choices. Interesting choices by these two. Sound off wherever you're watching. Who do you think between the 2 more interesting drafts would be able to win this? Is it Virtus Pro or Twisted Minds? I'm going to hand you off now to Nice and Leo.
Here we go, and welcome to the second match here for Stream B. Once again, there's 2 streams going on simultaneously right now, so you guys are joining us here for this one. It's game 1 of this best of 3. We'll find out who moves forward. This is an interesting draft, to say the least, just because, it's quite different from the chaotic compositions we saw set up in our first match. We are going to take a little bit of breather so we can talk about this a little bit longer here for this one. Even looking at the emblems, anything standing out here? No, it's pretty much standard. I love how both gold laners just picked up Master Assassin. Yeah. Like, we're going to fight. I think they want to fight in that gold lane early on, man. They don't want... And they don't expect rotations from anyone else. Yeah. So, I'm glad that both came... You know how it's like a game of rock, paper, scissors? Yeah. It's like, we both basically pick scissors. So we both just go for it. Yeah, and then it allows you to go again. Yeah. Because what if I went for the Master Assassin and then you went completely elsewhere? What if you decided to risk it and went for something like a mystery shop? Mystery shop. Right? It's like you greed out. Or again, you play a little more conservative and play tenacity or something. Yeah. So at least now we know that that's going to be a dead lane. It's a full mechanical matchup. In mid... Okay, let me play devil's advocate. You and Renmar were a little more skeptical. I just mentioned the facts about Kagura. What if there's a reason why Sa picked this up? What if this is something that, they've been practicing for months now? That's what I'm saying. It could just be one of those picks, right? One of those comfort thing. Or a Saw thing. Yeah, it's like, maybe this is her favorite hero. Like, this is one of those comfort picks incredibly in her favor. But also, not only that, I just think maybe you're just playing around the fact that even the Matilda does enough poke now.
Yep.
You know, I mean, even better now. And you can set things up, whether that's with the burst that comes with the Kagura or utilizing that circling eagle to set things up for your team.
That and Twisted Minds, their lineups look so tightly packed. You know, when you look at something and I like the way that's built.
Yeah.
I like when you put all of these together, especially with Chincha on the carry. Like, that's the icing on the cake.
Yeah, Chincha, she's going to be able to shred through that tanky front line that we're going to see here from Virtus Pro. Again, the play here, this is what we were talking about. I guess we're seeing a preview of that in the gold lane. And they're going to poke back and forth. Turtle will be up here in a second. And so Twisted has control of this area. Daisy, level 4 on her Lapu Lapu. Still trying to get there for the Guinevere over here for Virtus Pro. Minion's going to go ahead and charge in, but they might be a little bit off for this fight here.
Okay, in comes Miss Meow Daisy with the bravest fighter, the flicker to re-engage, finds Livin. First blood drawn by Twisted Minds, and Melee, despite the heavy spin, gets the turtle. Free kill and major objective Sa with the flicker forward, pushing deep enough to threaten Grand Theft Orange. Twisted Minds just a second away from being called guilty. Rafa backs off. Melee wants it. Melee's gonna take it.
Melee just got a whole lot. And this is, I don't know, maybe this is one of the things. You are a threat enough the Barretts, even if you don't get any kills, but just roaming around, being that threat of I've got a Daytona's welcome, I've got the Matilda with me. I have pretty good damage, too. I think that's the surprising factor with the Barretts is you've got a good enough damage in your kit early game that you can be a threat with the rest of the team, right?
Look at that little moment. Chincha just laughs it off. Did not expect to see Minun come out of that wire brush and yoink the crab away from her. That's priceless.
Yeah. Hey,
whoa!
Whoa!
Oh, close.
All right, Daisy's fine. This is what I was expecting, Leo. Like a bit of a slower paced game, just for the sense of the compositions on both sides. But
yep.
Look what's happened here. Twisted has pretty much built up, 1K lead off of a turtle and a kill.
Yep. This is up to the MO of how Melee wants to play. Sure, you're looking at Chincha as the main core, but
yeah,
the first 8 to 9 minutes, it's on Melee.
Yeah.
This is her version of her aggressive self. In this new Twisted Minds V and Shell.
I think I'm okay with it too. This Barrett's coming back into, I wouldn't say the forefront of the meta just yet, but like it's popped up now a few times. We'll see if that's still going to be the case, but it's more so I feel like it's one of those things where it's just paired up with a Matilda and a Sky Piercer for some.
Yeah, and I could be mistaken. I will see it as soon as the item check comes up, but Melee picked up a War Axe?
Yeah.
Huh.
What do Barretts usually go, right?
Brute Force, more
right?
tanky items, but this just means she wants to put the pedal to the metal. She's stepping on it.
That's what I was thinking. Whoa, Flicker already used by Livin.
Saw a little too deep, gets pulled back. Livin pops the gush, cancels it just as quickly. Daisy against 3. Rafa goes down. Saw finds her. Melee secures the turtle. The Revitalize will not keep them up long enough. That's popped by Minun, saves them. Now Minun versus Sa. Sa backs off, and it looks like they're going to continue to starve Virtus Pro. These Grizzlies, these white Grizzlies are hungry.
Daisy was hungry, man. She just jumped in and kept Virtus Pro busy for how long?
She jumped in without a flicker. That was all just her kit.
That was just the bravest fighter, man. She knew what she had to do, and that bought so much space for Virtus Pro off that. They're actually going to get a tier 1 turret down bot too. And again, just playing the map, playing to their strengths. Maybe that's also why the War Axe.
These polar bears are on thin ice.
Yeah.
After every major objective, sure they got a trade, but it's now 2,000, Joseph. It's 2,000 and a half.
Yeah, that's a lot at this point in the game. Sa, she'll be just fine. That's what the Kagura does really well. Gets out of situations just like that.
It's a free cleanse. Yeah. You're relatively mobile. You can burst if you want to. Sa might be onto something.
Again, I want to see if this Kagura picks up more. I want that flexibility in the mid lane, man. I'm sure at some point in the day we'll see the Eve picked up.
Whoa. Look at Minun.
Oh, look at Minun.
Comes in, just crosses over
Just
casually.
says hi.
Yep.
Knows you're not going to be able to catch.
It's a dangerous position, though. What if she did that and hung out there in time for the turtle?
That's true.
Now, maybe Twisted Mind's going to pick up on that.
But that's the thing, too. She has a Purify. Cal's going to be fine, you know?
I guess.
Look at this. Just forcing Miss Meow back. The rest of the VP out of the turtle pit. I mean, they still have plenty of time for this to come up. I think one of the missing components here, Leo, is for Livin's positioning on the board. It's exactly what I was worried about in the draft.
Which is made all the more worse by the fact that Virtus.pro does not have a traditional front to back.
Yeah.
Their formation is wherever Miss Meow can take it, where Minun lands a solid taunt and AOG, where Rafa can find the full combo. And this is an XP lane Gwyn. I don't expect it to build full tank. Livin here, down to a tenth of her health, very low. AOG defensively used. They find her, but the revitalized keeps Livin alive. Miss Meow pushes back Twisted Minds. They save their skin, taking Cow on the way out.
I am so surprised Livin lived there. Like, she survived, and I think Cow is just like, you know, I want to go for this. This is my moment. And she got stopped in her tracks.
Revitalized diff.
Yeah.
They pressed the winds too quickly, and they couldn't close the gap, deal the damage when it was necessary.
Yeah. You see that too. Minun picked up an early. I feel like this is an early Guardian Helm to deal with some of that kind of burst, and you know that she's just going to be in the whim of it.
Yeah, the damage is a little too spread out. Twisted Minds, if I could say, oh, wait, look at this. Full combo on Saw, didn't even get the cleanse. Oh, I guess she did hold that brush a little too boldly, but I was saying, as the Gatot, I get why. Because look, physical, magic, true, it's a little too spread out, so she's just like, what if I just get HP?
Yeah. Might be the best case scenario too. Again, it's it looks like Virtus.pro, they are gonna have to slowly crawl back into this game. You're talking about a 3,000 lead up to this point. It might not be anything too big in the grand scheme of things, but right now, at least leading into that first Lord, it is gonna make a difference here for Twisted Minds. Gush thrown out. Livin just isn't there yet to be able to go ahead and actually pump out this damage on the Barretts, for example. But maybe if she's able to go ahead and catch someone else out. That's, again, one of the hard things to do is because you have a Matilda across from you, the mobility aspect of Twisted's lineup is just that much better, right? Whereas Virtus.pro, on the other hand, they're either going to try to surprise someone with a Guinevere. Maybe eventually Lunar can land that spear that's going to change the course of a team fight, but that's going to happen later than now, you know, for this first Lord.
And I think later to now is the major problem for Virtus.pro. Is because if we don't find the formation that we need to be able to get the most out of that Gush later, what do we do now?
Yeah.
Same question for that Moskov. Same question for Rafa's Guinevere. Because Twisted Minds, they're living in the now. They're going for the Lord here. Less than half health. Daisy and Chincha putting up quite a wall. Cow in the back line. Interesting how this Matilda is being positioned. Rafa comes in. AOG moves them all out. Quick, heavy spin. Throwing it out. Miss Meow. Didn't even need the retribution. In comes the rest of them. Luna presses it. Finds Minun very low. Melee. Dropping that missile expert. Gets knocked up by the Requiem. Miss Meow finds her. Now Daisy onto Lunar. 2 for none. Free Lord. Virtus.pro. Where'd that come from?
Just Minds got twisted up there for that Lord. They were really, really low HP for Melee on to try to go ahead and secure the Lord, and then it came down to some retributions that didn't end up happening the way they needed, so Virtus.pro end up with a big shift here. Look at this replay, right? They go great, kind of zone out, but Miss Meow ends up getting this Lord, and then they're out of the firepower. Saw's gone too after she used the ultimate, and then things just fell apart. They weren't really in the fighting position they needed to, and then Chinchao, of course, she just had to disengage from that because everybody had already started to die around her.
Okay, we may have just seen worst case scenario for Twisted Minds.
Yeah.
When you have the one-on-one situations down lock, but the rest of your team, especially the cores, aren't in a position, that's it. Great pull out by Cow, saving Chincha. And this is scarier. Think that Chincha doesn't have a Purify.
Yeah.
What's Twisted Minds play? Like, how do they regain the map? How do they, you know, find the potential snowball that they were already working with in the first 5 minutes?
I think this is where you have to start to go ahead and lean towards Chincha, man. You know, once she's got the items, the itemization that she needs, where she's got the Trinity. Oh, they're going to break into a fight
Here
again.
we go, Livin, putting it all on Melee. Lunar very low. Massive Requiem once again. Minun gets found out by Chincha. And Melee just walks it off like it's nothing with about 2 HP. Cow and Chincha want to finish off Miss Meow. Miss Meow going through walls here. Dashing on through underneath tier 2. She's fine.
Oh, yeah, heals back up. Good enough. But this is exactly what I was saying, man. I think, you know, if you're Twisted, you have to lean towards Chincha. She has Trinity. I'm not sure if she's going to go into next Malefic Gun.
Yeah, I think.
4th item. Yeah,
I think the gun.
Yep. Brute Force was picked up too for Melee, so defensiveness is there. She already got Oracle.
What I was expecting. So it's War Axe, Brute Force Oracle. I would have done it. Brute Force Oracle
War Axe, yeah.
But again, it's a new metagame. Barats is a upcoming hero that we might see more often now. I'm impressed though by again how Virtus Pro got away with that Lord. I want to see them take advantage. I want to see them, you know, push the tempo here.
I'm wondering too for now at this point in the game, once we get a little bit further, how valuable the Kogura pick will be, because we've already seen it in a couple team fights where it's like Umbrella's thrown out, Yin Yang Overturn is used, and then once that burst is gone, if no one dies, like Livin has survived for the majority of them, then what are you able to do, right? Now, yes, you can use the ultimate once again. Once you collect the Umbrella and everything else, you do some decent amount of damage, you know, with the first skill throwing it around, but it's just not the same, for example, as what other traditional mid laners can bring to the table, and I think that's why the Kogura, for example, hasn't been picked up many times, successfully even.
I hear what you're trying to say, Joseph. I'm thinking, if I'm putting 2 and 2 together, you want Sa on Live and Watch.
Yeah,
I think that might be the best thing to do.
Gonna make sure there's Daytona's welcome.
Circling Eagle answered back, and there you go, Livin cancels the gush and heavy spin by Miss Meow, but look at all the damage dropped by Twisted. Daisy finds Livin. Sa finds sweet revenge on Miss Meow. 2 free kills over to Twisted Minds as they work on the Lord.
You see what happened there? Oh, hold on. Lunar actually chasing. Oh,
point blank SOD. Will Lunar get punished? Minun might actually be the one that gets taken down. Lunar presses the SOD right before it gets expired. Oh, Chincha takes down Minun. Gets a double. Rafa falls as well. This is no bueno for Virtus Pro. Lunar, the only survivor. Expect this map to turn blue.
Oh, they're going to push into this base turret. They can't quite end it. Livin's going to be up, so she could just go ahead and clear out this minion wave, but talk about a setup. Oh! Chincha will get out. This is great job, too. I know we probably won't get a peek at it now for the minutes of replay.
I felt that.
But Daisy did an amazing job. We asked, should Sa be on Livin duty? Well, it was Daisy in that last interchange. And she stuck right to Livin to make sure that that gush uptime was pretty much canceled.
And it makes sense. It's just much easier for Daisy to run through the old-fashioned way rather than Sa go flank.
Yeah.
And all Sa did there was really deal the damage that would have been set up by the initial crowd control. First, Minun here gets taken down. A second too late on Livin's gush. Down goes Rafa. Miss Meow follows through. The writing's on the wall. 8K up. Twisted Minds are inside the base. Virtus Pro struggling to defend.
Not sure if they're going to be able to end it just yet. Even with 3 members down, they do have a wave in the mid lane. Twisted looking to take out the base turret. Can they end the game?
2 defenders. Circling Eagle spent by Cow. Wave still up. SOD gush all thrown at the wall. Seeing what sticks, but Twisted Minds ends under 15 minutes. Game